Ah!
Temperature is definitely hot.
Hot. Got some heirloom tomatoes. Got heirlooms right there. They look weird, but they taste great. I've got some Romas, not quite ripe. I got lots of grape tomatoes, and I have some great big fat. I don't know if they're big boys or if they're another type of heirloom, but I've got a million of these things, and I've also got some bell peppers. The question is what to do with all this stuff, and having already shot my deer this season, I think the answer is chili. Let's go over some of the things that you're going to have to put in your chili to make it really high quality. Tomatoes, onions, celery, garlic, at least 3 bell peppers, chili style beans, kidney beans, meat, in this case a deer roast, and seasonings. When it comes to tomatoes, I like to use fresh tomatoes because I think it tastes better and it kind of looks better, but it doesn't really matter if you use canned tomatoes. When it comes to chili beans, you need to make sure and buy chili beans that say chili style beans or western style beans right on the can. Chili beans. Chili beans pinto. Mixed chili beans. If it says chili beans on the label, what that means is you have beans and some kind of seasoning, typically like garlic, tomato sauce. Well, this one says chili pepper, onion, garlic in a zesty tomato sauce. You want those seasonings in there. If you just use beans that you've rehydrated, that's fine, but you need to make sure and season those beans so that they taste good by themselves. When it comes to your seasonings, you need to know that there are 3 seasonings that are considered the classic chili spice. The first is coriander. The second is cumin. And the third is chili powder. You need at least those 3 types of chilies in your chili to make it taste right. First, brown the meat on a fairly high heat and get it nice and crispy brown. If you can brown the meat, that's going to bring out flavors that you wouldn't normally get if you just cook the meat till it's grayish. You know what I mean? So get a nice good brown on it, almost a crisp, and then remove the meat to a plate. Next, you want to slice up all the vegetables, trim the ends off the celery, core the peppers, and dice up the tomatoes. Do the kidney beans, drain the syrup out of them. It'll make your chili too soupy, and I don't know, maybe there's nothing wrong with it, but it grosses me out a little bit. Now remember, chili powder cumin, and coriander are the primary spices we're going to use. Smell the spice jar. And then taste your chili. And ask yourself if it could use more of that smell or that flavor. I'm going to put a little more cumin in this. And then I'm going to taste it again. Repeat that a couple of times and your sauce will be perfect. Now simply cook it down for a couple of hours until the consistency is a nice thick stew. Chili is a stew, not a soup. So if you've got a lot of standing water on top, after simmering for half an hour, simmer it for another half hour. And after a couple of hours, your stew is going to be nice and thick and the perfect chili. Alright, the real test is how it tastes. So, let's get a bowl here. Travis, it's yours. I need an honest review. Too spicy, not spicy enough. Gross.
That's good. This is really hot.
Travis says it's gross.
I found a chunk of deer meat.
Spice is just right.
Yes or no?
It's good, and the meat is
Super tender.
Yeah. So when you cook it that long, the meat gets tender, and that's the whole point. You don't want to have to use a steak knife to cut the meat in your chili. Ah!
Temperature is definitely hot.
Hot. Well, I think it's good. Be sure and cook it long enough that the meat gets tender.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as Johnny would say, ring that bell.